It's Dejan, and I'm here to have a little conversation about self love because I feel like a lot of people struggle with that, and we don't really know how. We know how to supplement the self love we're supposed to feel for ourselves, like you watch a little Netflix or bathe with a bath bomb, drink some wine, but we don't know how to actually get to the point where we love ourselves. And I feel like that's a really big problem for this generation. We're really struggling and we're like looking to outside sources for the love that we need to be feeling from ourselves. And obviously not all love is made equal. So that love from some boy is gonna hit different. The love from your mom is gonna hit different. But the love that hits the best is the love that you have for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you need to stand tall and like firm within yourself. And you're gonna struggle to do that when you don't love yourself. Forgetting what love should look like or what self-love should look like is the like base to all of this, because we have a really skewed vision of what self-love is and what it's supposed to be. Like, it is not some tip from Cosmo magazine, okay? I'm not saying those little magazine experts know what they're talking about, but self-love isn't like a one size fits all, and it's definitely not binge watching The Office in your bathtub. That's no shade to anybody who's binging The Office or anything. Shout out to all of you people taking baths with bath bombs and whatever it is that self-love is supposed to be these days. But I just think we have to start having real conversations about what self-love actually looks like so we can actually love ourselves. And that's what I am trying to do here today. Now, I think that we have to start by standing for ourselves, because if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And that includes any lies made about you or your character from many years of hearing what people say about you. If somebody walks to you and tells you, hey, I think you're ugly, you're gonna believe that? You shouldn't, but you might, because people are mean, and we for some reason think that people being mean is telling the truth, and it's not. If somebody tells you you're not worthy of love, that's a lie. If you don't stand up for yourself, or if you don't stand for yourself or stand for something, then people are just gonna walk around and tell you who you are. And you're gonna let them, And in the same breath, you have to get to know yourself. If you haven't taken the time to get to know yourself in recent years, somebody who is gonna wanna challenge you and break you down is going to succeed, because they're judging you based off of an old version of yourself. And you don't know you right now. Have you taken the time to get to know you? Probably not. But when you do take the time, you'll be fine. You'll be able to say, well, what the fuck, you don't know me anymore. You don't know what I've been through. You can firmly say that when you know yourself. And it just goes along with standing up for yourself. If you know all of the facts, you can hit any argument and win. And this argument is the most important argument that you need to win. I love myself. I love myself enough to reject your notion of me, And the most important thing about these self-love journeys that I feel like is lacking is the compassion that we're supposed to have for ourselves. We are very compassionate and soft with, our best friends or children or, our parents or our whoever. We're very soft with a lot of other people, and we don't judge them for their mistakes. We soothe them, we take care of them when they need it and they're feeling down themselves. But we struggle to have that compassion for ourselves. We struggle to nurture ourselves properly when we are going through it. And it's not right, because a lot of the times you will find yourself like just inconsolable and alone. And you cannot rely on other people to show you that compassion. You can't rely on other people to validate your feelings and validate you as a person. And so you have to show up for yourself and show yourself that compassion. You have to show yourself that you're important to you, the main person that you need to be important to, because you're going to spend the rest of your life with you. And you need to show up for yourself. You need to be compassionate. You need to nurture yourself the way your best friend would nurture you, or your mom would nurture you in your time of need. You know, you need to be available. You need to be that person for yourself 24/7. And you know, sometimes it's hard. It is hard to show up for yourself. But at the end of the day, other people consoling you will never hit as great as you consoling yourself. Because when you're unable to, you find yourself alone. You hate yourself. You hate the decisions you made. You know, everything is like bad, and it's hard to find yourself in that position, because when it's all said and done, people aren't going to be around to console you, and they're not always going to be around to console you, and they're not going to always know what you need, and you're not always going to be able to communicate that, and you need to be able to do that for yourself. And something else that we're lacking with these journeys is patience. We are not patient at all. We think, a little, 5 minutes with ourselves is like enough. And we are so busy and we want things like instantly that we are not doing what it needs to be done. And we're not taking the time to get to know ourselves, or, really see these journeys through. It's like you're happy one day, and then the next day you don't see the results. You're like, okay, that's it. I'm not on this journey anymore. And you need the patience when it comes to loving yourself. And something else is, can you count on yourself? Because I don't know if a lot of people can go to themselves for these things. And it's like, you need to champion yourself so much when it comes to self-love and, being there for yourself. Like, you need to root for all of your accomplishments, whether they're big or small. You need to be able to root for yourself. You need to be able to count on you to support you and nurture you and treat you like the human that you deserve to be treated like. I don't know if a lot of people can recognize when they are properly loving themselves, but I feel like it's a little something like, being able to see the good in you and being able to see yourself in the people that you admire. Because a lot of us have great qualities, and we have the same exact qualities as people that we love and adore, and we will not recognize that in ourselves. And that I think that is very much linked with a little bit of self-hate, because you're gonna, if anybody tells you, oh, you remind me of so-and-so, you're gonna be like, oh no, they're too good, and you're rejecting yourself. But when you are showing yourself that love and you can really recognize it, you're gonna realize how great you are. And you're gonna be able to reverse the negative thinking and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm actually that bitch. You're gonna be able to see yourself for who you actually are. And things they're gonna hurt, but the impact is gonna be less harsh because you have yourself to fall back on immediately, even if your support systems are not around. And you'll be able to recognize that when you have love for yourself, because you'll be able to catch yourself before you even fall and hit the floor. I think that's about it. Like and subscribe.